OMG. The Roloff family is once again at the center of a massive wave of online speculation. And this time, fans are talking about babies, twins, family reactions, and what could be one of the biggest surprises ever connected to Little People, Big World. Tori Roloff has spent years sharing pieces of her family life with fans. From her relationship with Zach Roloff, to raising their children, to navigating the realities of life in the public eye, Tori has become one of the most recognizable members of the Roloff family. And now, a new wave of online discussion has fans asking one very big question. Could there really be another major baby announcement coming from Tori and Zach? And if that wasn't enough, another part of the rumor has made this story even more interesting. Fans are also talking about Amy Roloff and a possible luxury gift connected to the family. Some social media posts have gone even further, suggesting that TLC could somehow be involved. But before we get too excited, there is something extremely important that needs to be made clear. A viral headline, fan speculation, a thumbnail, or a social media post is not automatically confirmation. There has been a lot of excitement surrounding the Roloff family, but viewers should separate what has actually been confirmed from what fans are hoping or speculating might happen. So today, we're taking a closer look at the entire story. Why are people talking about Tori? Where did the twin baby speculation come from? What would another baby mean for the Roloff family? How could Zach potentially react? What role could Amy play? And what about that mysterious luxury gift connected to TLC? Let's break it all down. Because if you're a longtime Little People Big World viewer, you already know that whenever the Roloff family enters a new chapter, fans have plenty to say. And this latest rumor may be one of the most talked about yet. Chapter 1. Tori Roloff's journey. To understand why this rumor has generated so much attention, we have to go back to Tori's journey. Tori became a familiar face to Little People Big World viewers through her relationship with Zach Roloff. Over the years, audiences watched the couple move through major milestones together. Their relationship developed. They got married. They started a family. And eventually, viewers watched them navigate the challenges and joys of parenthood. Tori has often been open about the realities of raising children. That openness is one reason fans feel so connected to her. For viewers, the Roloff children aren't simply names on television. Fans watched them grow. They saw family celebrations. They saw difficult moments. They saw birthdays. They saw changes in the family. And because of that long history, even a small rumor about a possible new family milestone can quickly become a huge topic online. That's exactly what appears to be happening now. Chapter 2. Why the twin baby rumor is so big. The word twins has a special ability to make any celebrity family story explode. A normal baby announcement is already exciting, but twins? That immediately doubles the emotional impact. It creates questions. How would the parents handle two babies? How would the older children react? Would the family need a bigger home? Would grandparents become even more involved? And what would it mean for the family dynamic? That's why the phrase Tori Roloff twins can generate enormous curiosity. But there's a major distinction between curiosity and confirmation. At this point, fans should be careful about treating a viral claim as an official announcement. Unless Tori, Zach, their representatives, or another reliable official source confirms a pregnancy or twin birth, viewers should treat those claims as speculation. That doesn't mean the conversation isn't interesting. It simply means we need to keep the excitement separate from established facts. And that is exactly what we're doing here. Chapter 3. What fans think they saw. One reason celebrity rumors become so powerful is that fans often analyze every detail. A photograph, a caption, a missing appearance, a change in clothing, a family gathering, a cryptic message, even an emoji. And once a theory begins circulating, every new post can be interpreted as evidence. This is especially common with reality TV families. Fans have followed these people for years, so they believe they know their habits. They notice when someone doesn't appear in a photo. They notice when a caption sounds different. They notice when a family member uses unusual wording. Sometimes those observations lead to genuine news. Other times, they're simply coincidences. That is why the current twin baby discussion should be approached carefully. A theory can be interesting without being true. And an exciting possibility can remain just that, a possibility. Chapter 4. Why Tori's family life attracts so much attention. Tori has something that many influencers don't have. She has a built-in television audience. Little People, Big World has been part of many viewers' lives for years. The Roloff family has been documented through marriages, births, family disagreements, career changes, and personal challenges. As a result, viewers developed a sense of familiarity with Tori. They don't necessarily feel like strangers are having these experiences. They feel like a family they've been watching is reaching another milestone. That emotional connection explains why baby rumors can become so powerful. People aren't just interested in a celebrity pregnancy. They're interested in what another child would mean for a family they've watched for years. Chapter 5. Tori and Zach's parents. One of the biggest reasons fans are fascinated by a possible new baby is the way Tori and Zach have handled parenthood. They've had to navigate the normal challenges of raising children while also dealing with the unique realities of being a family featured on television. Their children have grown up with a level of public attention that most kids never experience. That creates a delicate balance. Parents have to decide what to share. They have to decide what should remain private. And they have to think about how much of their children's lives should become part of their public identity. Tori has often appeared thoughtful about these boundaries. That makes any supposed baby announcement especially significant. A new baby would not simply be another piece of entertainment news. It would be a major personal event. And the family would have every right to announce it in their own way and on their own timeline. Chapter 6. The possibility of twins. Now let's imagine, purely hypothetically, that the twin rumor were ever confirmed. What would that mean? First, it would dramatically change the household. Going from raising children to managing two newborns simultaneously would create an entirely different routine. Feeding schedules, sleeping schedules, doctor appointments, diapers, childcare, and the challenge of giving older siblings enough attention. For Tori and Zach, it would likely be an enormous adjustment. And fans would undoubtedly be fascinated by the reaction of the older children. Would they be excited? Would they want to help? Would they feel jealous? Would they give the babies funny nicknames? Those are the kinds of moments reality TV audiences love. But again, none of those hypothetical scenarios should be treated as proof that twins have actually arrived. The responsible way to discuss this is as speculation until an official announcement exists. Chapter 7. Enter Amy Roloff. And then there is Amy. Amy Roloff occupies a special position within the family story. She is not only Zach's mother. She is also a grandmother. Fans have watched Amy's relationship with her children evolve over many years. They've seen her become a grandmother and experience the emotional changes that come with watching her children build families of their own. That's why the idea of Amy receiving another major family announcement gets fans excited. If a new baby were ever confirmed, Amy's reaction would likely become one of the most anticipated parts of the story. Imagine her learning that she could become a grandmother again. Imagine the phone call. Imagine the family gathering. Imagine the reaction of the other grandchildren. Those are exactly the kinds of emotional moments that have made the Roloff family so popular. Chapter 8. The Luxury Gift Story. Now let's address another part of the viral headline. Amy and TLC's supposed luxury gift. This is where viewers need to be especially cautious. A dramatic thumbnail or headline can make it sound as though a massive gift has already been confirmed. But unless the gift has been publicly documented by a reliable source, it should not be presented as established fact. Reality TV networks sometimes participate in special episodes, celebrations, promotional events, or family surprises. But that doesn't mean every online claim about a luxury gift is real. The phrase TLC luxury gift may simply be part of a fan-created narrative designed to attract attention. So instead of saying, TLC gave Tori $1 million gift, A more accurate framing would be, fans are speculating about a possible luxury gift connected to the family's latest milestone. That distinction is incredibly important. Chapter 9. Why a luxury gift would make sense as a TV story. Even though the gift itself may not be confirmed, we can understand why fans would imagine such a storyline. Reality television is built around milestones. Birthdays, anniversaries, weddings, baby announcements, family reunions, major home renovations, and other emotional events. A surprise gift can create a dramatic television moment. Imagine Amy arriving at the family home. Everyone is gathered. Tori and Zach don't know what's happening. Then someone reveals a surprise. The cameras capture everyone's reaction. That's classic reality TV storytelling. But again, that's a hypothetical example, not evidence that TLC has actually planned such an event. Chapter 10. The role of TLC. TLC has been closely associated with the Roloff family's television history. Little People, Big World became one of the network's recognizable family reality shows. The show gave viewers access to a family whose lives were different from the average American household, while still dealing with relatable issues like marriage, parenting, work, money, and family relationships. That long-running relationship between the network and the family is why fans often assume TLC must be involved whenever something major happens. But there is a difference between network involvement in a television series and personally purchasing a luxury gift. Those are separate claims. Unless TLC officially confirms a gift, viewers should not assume one exists simply because a headline says so. Chapter 11. The business of viral headlines. This story also teaches us something about online entertainment. The more emotional a headline sounds, the more clicks it can generate. Consider the difference between Tori Roloff shares family update and OMG. Tori Roloff gives birth to twins as Amy and TLC reveal shocking luxury gift. The second headline creates far more curiosity. But it also creates a much higher risk of misleading viewers if the underlying claims aren't confirmed. That is why responsible entertainment channels should make a clear distinction between confirmed news, reported information, rumors, fan theories, and hypothetical scenarios. A good story doesn't need to invent facts. The Roloff family already has enough history and drama to create compelling content. Chapter 12. Why fans want another baby announcement. There is another reason the rumor has emotional power. Fans love watching families grow. For longtime viewers, another baby would represent a new chapter. It would also connect different generations of the Roloff family. Amy would potentially have another grandchild. The existing children could become older siblings. Zach and Tori would enter another stage of parenthood. And a family's story would continue. That sense of continuity is a huge part of why people remain invested in reality television. The audience isn't simply watching episodes. They're watching time pass. They're watching children become adults. They're watching marriages change. They're watching grandparents age. They're watching a family evolve. Chapter 13. What about Zach? Whenever a story focuses on Tori, Zach inevitably becomes part of the conversation. The couple has experienced many public discussions about parenting, family decisions, and their future. Zach's perspective would obviously be central to any major family milestone. If there were ever a confirmed pregnancy announcement, fans would likely pay close attention to his reaction. And if twins were actually involved, the reaction could be even more emotional. But once again, speculation should not be confused with reality. Until the couple makes an official announcement, there is no responsible way to claim that they have welcomed twins. Chapter 14. The children's reaction. The Roloff children have become recognizable figures to the audience. Fans have watched them grow up. That means any major family change would affect them too. If a new baby ever arrives, the older children would likely have to adjust to sharing attention. But they could also gain a completely new relationship. Older siblings can become protectors. They can become helpers. And they can develop lifelong bonds with younger siblings. If there were twins, the adjustment would obviously be even bigger. Two babies at once would create a completely different household rhythm. But until any such announcement is confirmed, these remain hypothetical possibilities. Chapter 15. Amy as a grandmother. Amy's role in the story deserves special attention. For many fans, watching Amy become a grandmother has been one of the most meaningful parts of the family's evolution. The transition from parent to grandparent changes family relationships. Amy no longer has to make every parenting decision for her children. Instead, she gets to support them while allowing them to build their own families. That can be emotionally complicated. Parents sometimes struggle with the fact that their children are now adults making independent decisions. But it can also be incredibly rewarding. A new grandchild, if one were ever confirmed, would likely create another emotional chapter for Amy. Chapter 16. Could this become a new TV storyline? If a major family milestone were confirmed, fans would naturally wonder whether it could appear on television. That is understandable. Little People, Big World has historically documented significant moments in the family's life. But viewers should remember that not every personal event becomes a television storyline. Networks and families make decisions based on many factors: scheduling, production, privacy, contracts, family preferences, and the family's willingness to have cameras present. So even if something major happened privately, it wouldn't automatically mean viewers would see it on TLC. Chapter 17. Why privacy matters. This is an important point that sometimes gets forgotten in celebrity coverage. Tori and Zach may share parts of their lives publicly, but that doesn't mean fans are entitled to every detail. Pregnancy is personal. Birth is personal. Children's health and privacy are personal. Family finances are personal. And gifts are personal. The internet can create a feeling that public figures must constantly provide updates. They don't. If Tori and Zach have something important to announce, they can choose when and how to share it. And if they choose not to share something, that deserves to be respected. Chapter 18. The emotional side of the story. Imagine being Tori. You have spent years raising your children while thousands of people watch. Every family photo can attract comments. Every decision can become a debate. Every announcement can become a headline. Then imagine a rumor spreading about something as personal as pregnancy or childbirth. That can be overwhelming. That's why fans should remember there is a human being behind the headline. Entertainment can be fun. Speculation can be exciting. But personal boundaries still matter. Chapter 19. The difference between rumored and confirmed. This distinction should be repeated because it is so important. Rumored means people are talking. Speculated means people are guessing. Reported means a publication has published information, but that information may still require confirmation. Confirmed means the person involved or another authoritative source has verified it. Those are 4 different things. A YouTube thumbnail should never turn a rumor into a confirmed birth. That can mislead viewers. Instead, a responsible headline might say, "Fans are convinced Tori Roloff has major baby news. Here's what we know." That creates curiosity without pretending that an unconfirmed event definitely happened. Chapter 20. Why fans still love the Roloff family. Despite all the changes over the years, one thing remains clear. People care about this family. They care because they've watched them for years. They remember the early episodes. They remember the farm. They remember family arguments. They remember weddings. They remember births. They remember children growing up. They remember difficult moments. And they remember happy moments. That history creates loyalty. And loyalty creates a powerful audience. It's why even a simple family update can generate thousands of reactions. Chapter 21. What if the twins are real? Let's imagine for a moment that Tori and Zach eventually confirm that they have welcome twins. The internet would explode. Family members would likely react. Fans would celebrate. News outlets would publish stories. And social media would be filled with congratulations. Amy's reaction would probably receive enormous attention. The older children would become part of the emotional story, and the family could suddenly have an entirely new dynamic. But that is only a hypothetical scenario.